So good morning and welcome to another edition of the shit show. just get that warning in. Touch some trees. There we go. Touch some trees for today. Yeah, I've just walked past some. I got a little video of it. I think I'll try and put it up of people putting their horse into a horse box and the registration on their car was EMA, which is my name, Emma. So yeah, just one of those little coincidences that happen countless times every day, you know. Let's say if my siblings watching, just one of those little psychoses that or psychosi. What is the plural of psychosis? I'm not sure. Just one of the psychosis that I suffer from on a daily basis. You know, nothing to worry about. Some medication would clear that right up. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit today about... I heard a little noise then, like a sneezy noise. Probably had I walked through here enough times now that they'd be able to hide some speakers within here. But yeah, not going into that. We don't like to talk about things that are a bit too obscure for the not believers around us. For the people that don't like things that are a wee bit too far out there among us, we don't want to scare them off and think that we're all nutty. No, I'm not nutty. I'm not nutty. Yeah, what did I want to talk about? I don't even have a fucking clue. Oh yeah, I was on Reddit yesterday, and someone kind of asked a question on. There's a subreddit called. Sorry, I'm conscious that I'm chewing gum, and you can hear it back in the video when I listen back. It's quite an annoying sound, chewing gum. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's better or worse than the fact that I sniff quite a lot, and the sniffing was something that I was unaware of until I started making videos, and then I thought, fucking hell, that's like a really annoying habit that I have, that I continuously sniff. I don't even realise that I did that. You know, it kind of makes sense now that they put this woman around her, and I jokingly, to someone I love, used to refer to her, not to her face, obviously, you know, just jokingly behind her back, which you're allowed to do in the privacy of your own home or in the privacy of your own phone calls, which you know, they love to shame me about anything bad you said about anyone else within the privacy of your own home, or well, during what you thought was a private phone conversation. But you know, you shouldn't feel shamed. You're absolutely allowed to say whatever it is you please. But anyway, I used to refer to her, to the person that I love, as no, she wasn't someone I loved, but when I was speaking to the person that I did love, that I do love, I used to refer to this woman as Sniffy, because she used to sniff all the time. Very, very unaware of my own sniffing habits at the time, which is clearly why they put her around me, as she had a really exaggerated sniffing problem compared to mine. But yeah, I can see now that it was a kind of fucking nearly spell mars. It was a kind of mimicking behaviour. But I didn't get the joke, because I never took any recordings of myself speaking to know that I had a really irritating sniffing habit. But I do now, and I get the joke. I mean, I get it. Obviously I get it 5 years too late, but I get it. No, never let it be said that I'm a bit slow. But yeah, so now chewing gum it's probably preferable. I don't know. I think they all sound awful, but I'm afraid that's the way I sound. So you're just stuck with it. If you don't like it, don't watch. No one's making you. Oh well, I mean, your handler. If you're a handler, whoever's above you is making you watch this. just to get some intel on me, but everyone else, you're free to switch off if the annoying chewing and annoying sniffing sounds get to you, or trigger you in some way. Yeah, what the fuck was I trying to say? Oh yeah, so I was on the subreddit Escaping Prison Planet, and then someone asked a question on there, do you think we have any allies in the world? And I thought it was a interesting question because it came at quite an interesting time. I've been quite down the past few days, past week or so. I've been quite down. It's been significant dates in my life pertaining to people that I love, and it's always quite heart-wrenching when those dates go by. Given the situation that I'm in just now, it never makes me feel very good. Obviously, I would be a narcissistic psychopath like the gang stalkers if it made me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good. So I've been feeling a bit down and kind of neglecting myself a little bit, i.e. not going for walks the past couple of days, and turning to food a little bit, kind of sugary and carby food, which was my first unhealthy coping mechanism as a child, and that then grew to cigarettes and alcohol, which ironically one of the retard gang stalking housemates played the other day. I walked into the kitchen and he had the radio on and his phone, quite the thing, and I walk in, and within 30 seconds of me being there, he'd went onto his phone and chose the song Cigarettes and Alcohol by Oasis. So Oasis, you get it? Mirage, and the lines in it are, is it my imagination? So I don't know. I don't think these retards come up with this stuff by themselves. He certainly doesn't look intelligent enough, Guy's like 50. And yeah, we'll leave that there. I have to live amongst these scum, so I give them any more ammunition to get an aim at me. But this one I actually speak to sometimes because I find it quite amusing, the shit that he comes out with. It's clearly he's been told to say he'll be talking to me, and then he'll take a little pause and go on his phone and kind of look at his notes almost, look at the things that he's meant to say in my company. And then he'll start talking about subjects from, things from my past and things pertaining to my life that he's been told to say. So I find it quite amusing, I often, once I'm kind of part company, I often go off and kind of laugh at him just to see it sheer state of the person. You'd have to see it to believe it. I do actually have a picture of it, so once I move out, I'll kind of put a picture of all these retards that I live with online, so you can all kind of see that these are the kind of vermin that are targeting you. You look at them and you think, I have nothing to worry about, this person is just trash. But anyway, I'm kind of going off on a little tangent, aren't I? Cigarettes and alcohol. Yeah, so food was my first unhealthy coping mechanism, so I've been kind of using that a little bit too much lately, last week or so, to try and cope with some kind of hard emotions that I'm feeling. And I don't like being vulnerable. Because it gets used against you, doesn't it? I've got experience of my vulnerabilities being used against me. They of course love it. If you're upset, if you're down in any way, it's brilliant for them. That's exactly what they want. That's a good day for them when you're feeling down. So I try and keep it to myself. Try and keep it inside, and don't let them use it against me. But we can't pretend to be happy and jolly all the time, because you are isolated and alone, and it gets to you at times. It really does. But showing them that it gets to you is, they jump all over that shit. They just start making more noise and doing more shit around you. Knowing you're at a kind of vulnerable spot, you're at a low ebb, so they go in kind of full attack if you show them that that's the case. So I decided to get up today and come out for a walk, and I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it with all the... I had a bit of binge eating the past couple of days, so I'm feeling it with the sugar going through my body, and it's making my joints a bit achy. You know, sugar really affects me badly, really affects my body badly. So it's not healthy, but it's a better coping mechanism than getting blackout drunk. So, you know, in that respect, I'm not doing too badly. I'm really not. I've had a bit of a shit couple of days eating wise, had a bit of a shit week emotion wise, and you know, you just get back on track and start just putting one foot in front of the other again, just pushing on through and knowing that it can only get better. But like I was saying, the Reddit post, someone said, you know, do we think we have any allies? And most of the answers said no. You know, it's a prison planet. It's run by the Archons. It's run by demons, and you look around you and you often think that, you know, the whole world's against me, and you hear the conversations they want you to overhear, and you know, I get all the retards around me, you know, banging doors and stuff, and they're very sly and cowardly, so they'll kind of keep their hands clean, and they'll get their friends that come to visit them to be the ones who slam the doors and shout the things. So I can't accuse them of doing anything, them personally, but you know, it's on their orders. They're all working for the same people, so it's pretty much the same thing, but it's just typical, you know, cowardly behaviour that they exhibit. So you often think, oh no, everyone hates me, everyone's against me, because of the conversations that you overhear, and that's what it's meant to feel like. But I have to say that yesterday I went out and I went in somewhere, and I went to buy something. It was a place that I'd never been in before, and the person in there said, don't give up. You know, they weren't talking about the situation that I'm in. They weren't talking about the sadness that I was feeling at the time, and the desire just for this all to end, or for my life to end, because it kind of gets too much at times. But it probably had nothing to do with anything, but it was if in that moment, you know, the universe knew that I kind of needed that. I'm getting emotional, and I hate that. I hate being emotional. I hate being vulnerable. But it maybe help other people, you know. I'm very much grin and bear it type of person. You know, don't show no emotion. But it was almost like the universe knew that I needed to hear that at the time. Don't give up. And I went back and I listened to the song by Kate Bush, and I can't remember the fella's name, sing that song called Don't Give Up, and I thought, yeah, you know, yeah, I do think we have allies out there. I don't think they're allowed to say things to us directly, but just as you overhear depressing and antagonistic and nasty conversations and nasty words, I think you're meant to overhear nice things as well. I really do. There was a few weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, just about the time when it was a significant date in my life, and I was just standing somewhere, and these two people walked past, and again it was a conversation that I overheard, and you're always meant to overhear these conversations, good or bad. And they said, hey, she's doing a really good job. And it made me feel nice in that moment. Again, they weren't talking to me, but it's as if the universe was kind of putting it out there, like, you know, don't keep on going. People are noticing this. People are seeing what you're doing, and people are out there wanting the best for you, you know. Yeah, it's hard to believe at times, but sometimes we have to. So before I start crying like a fucking idiot, I'm going to say that, you know, there's a lot of you that I watch, and I really, really appreciate the videos that you make, and it gives me some kind of comfort, and I just want you to know that I love you, and you know, I'm thinking of you. I really am. So take care, God bless and all that, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.